Bro, I'm feeling so desperate. All 3 of my accounts got suspended. What do you think I should do? If I open a new account, they'll suspend it too. Bro, I would say your account's got suspended for a particular reason, so you need to find that reason. You were definitely doing sus things if fucking 3 accounts got suspended. So just accept that it is 100% your fault. Okay? Not in like a mean way, I'm not saying it like a mean way, but it's your fault. There's ways to get around it, and focus on that, bro. You know, think critically about what you're doing on those accounts and think critically about what the platform is. And go from there. Or just join Etsy Kings. But yeah, bro, just think critically about it, man. My biggest issue is stores getting banned around 350 sales. I edit all my images, add a personalization question, only add 10-ish products, not getting cases opened. Any ideas why? Personalization question means 0. Only add 10-ish product, bro, like, bro, it's about setup. The thing is, bro, like, what I'll say to people, because people come to me a lot, like, with this kind of stuff, you know, like, I can get orders, but I always get banned, I always run into problems. Bro, why not invest into Etsy Kings? You know, I don't want to be that guy that just shills my fucking course, because, like, truthfully, I don't really sell it that much, but that would be my honest advice, you know, because the thing is, avoiding bans is not like, okay, like, if someone asks me, like, avoiding bans, how do I avoid bans on Etsy? You know, that's like such a fucking big answer, and it's like I can spend 5 hours explaining how the fuck you avoid bans. And that's what I did inside of fucking Etsy Kings. That's why I have that course there, because we've spent so much time, so much effort testing every fucking method, and so much money testing every single fucking method, and something we're constantly working on and improving on. So that's why I have the course, because problem, solution, you know? Like, there's a problem there, so I created the fucking solution. That's the product, right? So if you are, like, you've just said you can get to 350 orders, right? So you should have a bit of money. So I would just join Etsy Kings. It's really the simplest option. Like, there is definitely a reason. I would say it's probably, it might be in your account setup. It might be the products that you're selling, right? So if you do 350 orders, let's say 10 products, there's maybe a chance that you're selling some stuff that's copyrighted. If it's not copyrighted, which I personally can't help with because I don't recommend doing illegal things, if you can get to 350 orders, bro, like, just join Etsy Kings. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's my best advice. EtsyKings.com, you can check that out there. You can click apply to join in the top right, and then you apply to join. Yeah? So you can go do that, bro. How much is on Etsy Kings? It's not a cheap shit fucking program, so don't expect it to be. But go apply, and the price is told there. We changed the price, like we increased it the beginning of this, I think maybe 3 weeks ago we increased the price. So we increase it all the time, so yeah. Just go fucking apply to join. We have not accepted many people, so some people, if you've booked in a call previously, there'll be more slots like February basically. But for the past maybe like 5 days, we refused a bunch of people, but anyways, whatever. Go do that if you want to. What are some top qualities someone needs to have to be a good entrepreneur from your experience and interactions? I would say the top qualities would be obviously just pure consistency. Like just consistency, but having consistency without, having pure consistency without necessarily seeing results in the short term. You know, just believing that something will come in the future without getting the constant dopamine of like, oh, this is working right now, you know? Like when I first started dropshipping and e-commerce and entrepreneurship in the general, it didn't fucking work right in the beginning. But I just knew it would work eventually, and I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur for the rest of my life, so I had to make it fucking work. So I think pure consistency, even when you aren't seeing the results in the short term, just hard work, pure fucking hard work, and kind of enjoying the grind. Like love just eating the fucking shit of entrepreneurship and just the constant problems, just like thriving off the constant issues. I'd say that's probably the main things. I would also say like losing emotional connection to money. I think that's a very big thing. A lot of people are very scared to lose money, you know, and it really holds them back. Like if you're really concerned about losing money, you're never going to make money in entrepreneurship. You're just never going to make money in general. Like the thing of like you have to spend money to make money, that like age-old saying is so incredibly true. And if you understand that, you internalize that, then you'll be good. And just play the long game. I think that's a really big thing as well. Everyone wants to make money today. Everyone wants to make £10,000 profit this fucking month. You know, that's just not realistic. Like, it does not come quickly. You know, it just doesn't. It's just not true. You just can't make money quickly. Like, even you can make a couple grand this month, but then a couple grand's not life-changing fucking money. You know, you can make 10 grand your first month, but 10 grand ain't gonna fucking change your life, like, realistically. Like, it's just not. Like, 10 grand you can spend like that, you know? No matter how many listings I add, only 2 to 3 products get sales. Any advice on that? List better products. What do you expect me to say there, bro? List better fucking products. You're listing shit, probably. Or your store's brand new and give it more time. I need a bit more context on that, though. Like, you're either listing dog shit products, or you're listing dog shit products. Or your store's absolutely brand new and you're flooding it with too many listings. Is Etsy King's lifetime? Most of the time, no. I mean, it can be if you want to be, but I'm going to charge you more money if you want it to be lifetime. Because we have expenses. You know, crazy. Business has expenses. But yeah, it has expenses, bro. So it's not lifetime, no. Because then it wouldn't really work, you know, because we do one-on-one calls. We have like different expenses, we have different things going on, so it's like, yeah, it's not fucking lifetime, most of the time. But you can pay for lifetime if you want. How long does it take your students to see results? Bro, like, that is the hardest question to answer. I get why people ask it, by the way, it's not a stupid question, but it's like, I can give you everything. I can download my fucking brain into your fucking brain, but you still have to take the actual action. So I can't. Frankly, you might be the most genius fucking student in the entire world, and you might be the most hardworking, diligent, consistent person in the entire world, or you might be a complete moron. I have no idea. So it's down to the individual person that joins. We give you everything. We give you all of the fucking resources. Every single fucking thing, right? Everything that you need to succeed, everything that other people have used to generate literally hundreds and thousands of dollars on the Etsy platform. Literally 7 figures. Like, we have students that have made fucking 7 figures. So it's all there. In terms of actual results, the people that are actually like do the fucking things that we're telling them to do, and the people that are like good, which most people are, to be honest, vast majority of people do really, really well. But like, to be honest, from setting up your stores, like 6 weeks, maybe like 4 to 6 weeks until you start seeing like some level of results, some level of profit, maybe like 2 to 3 months. But yeah, do you get kicked out if you're not making money? What? No, not really, no. If you're a complete cunt, I say this to every single person, not every single person, but I say this a lot. If you're a complete dickhead, I do not want you in my group, okay? Most people that join Etsy Kings, 99.9% of people, 99.99% of people that join Etsy Kings are similar to me. So they're not complete cunts, you know? So there's no issues, right? Occasionally, it's happened like twice, maybe 3 times, maybe like twice, I think. People are dickheads, you know? So then we kick them. But you don't get kicked if you're not making money. No, obviously not, because the whole aim is, okay, we're gonna try to help you to do this. So why would we kick you if it's essentially us failing? Doesn't make sense. Do my Etsy and Shopify images need to be completely different? Can I edit just like the brightness? It's not about your, it's very unlikely to be about your images if you're having that specific situation, Josiah. I mean, that's part of it, it's part of the pie, but I don't think it's the fucking the whole thing. Is AdsPower plus Oxylabs all I'd ask for multiple store setup? Mate, is AdsPower plus Oxylabs, a proxy, all I'd need for a store setup? Is the reason you recommend AdsPower because what they do for Apple users? Also, wouldn't I need signers? Bro, yeah, you need signers, but you need, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, yeah, bro, so you need a way of differentiating your store from your pre-existing store. So if you have 5 stores, you want all of them to be separate. So part of that is having AdsPower and proxies, so it looks like you're logging in from different computers when you're actually logging in from one, but you also need signers and you need a whole setup. I have around 20 listings right now, 5 are actually selling. Do the 15 with no sales drag down the store's performance/sales? Not really, I mean kinda, but not really, doesn't really matter that much. So like, if you have 20 listings, your store has probably been open for 20 days. I normally recommend to do 1 listing a day. So, by the way, this is a lovely question. I love this question. Because it's competent, you're thinking about things, which is always good. Okay, so I'll talk about that in a second because it's interesting the way you're thinking, because I can tell by your question like what you're kind of going through and stuff. But essentially, those 15 listings, don't really worry about them. Okay, if those 15 listings have been on your store for 3 months, okay, probably the time to deactivate them now. You know, if they're not getting sales in 3 months, it's kind of unlikely they're really ever going to get sales. So yeah, I would normally go about deactivating them. Typically what I've always done is about 3 months, maybe 4 or 5 months, but normally about 3 months, okay? But your number one thing right now to worry about is not the 20 listings you have on your store. It is the, what am I listing today? Okay, what can I list today that is just like those 5 listings that are selling well right now to make the store better and better and better and better and better and better? You know, you want to keep going, more products that are similar to the ones that are already selling, doubling down, similar to the ones that are already currently selling, okay? So, I mean, you can see this on like literally, I don't know, maybe I can find a store as an example, but like, let's actually have a little look at this store. Okay, this is a little dropshipping store from New Zealand. We'll chuck this in, yeah, I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Does Etsy Kings help with getting signers? We have ways that don't require signers, so yes. But do I provide you with signers details? No, but it's not needed, really. Like, we have a solution for this, yes. So let's take a quick look at this store right here. So this product right here, we can just have a look. So sales, this one's got 28. And then also their second best-selling product has got 28 sales as well. Or 24 sales, sorry. So these 2 products are doing really well for this store. These kind of floral, shabby chic style pillows, okay? So if I was this store, if I was nostalgic Lucia, right? Lucia, whatever. I would go onto AliExpress, just like I'm about to do right now, and I would find every single shabby chic cushion known to man, and I would list it on my store. I would list this one, I would list this one, I would list this one, I would list this one. You know, so you want to double down on the listings that are working well for you, okay? So like, I would find every single fucking one that was like this one as well. Every single listing, you want to keep doing this over and over again, okay? So I'm not saying like, one thing I want to say is like, okay, obviously there is a point of like doubling down, but you also do want to spend maybe 40% of your new listings trying new things out, testing new things, you know, trying some different stuff, some not pillows and some different shit, you know, but majority of the time you want to double down. If you already have those listings that are working, list more of the same shit, you know, best fucking strap on the earth. Can you share anything about your Shopify marketing strategy, bro? Like, I could talk for hours about that. That's a very big question. With that kind of thing, I mean, do you have something specifically you are struggling with? Do you want to know like a testing strategy? Like creatives? Because like marketing strat is like like bro, like I've got a lot to my fucking marketing strategies, you know? And it depends, it's contextual to the stores. So, because sometimes like organic's really good for some stuff. Me personally, I focus on paid ads. I don't really do influencers, you know, like there's different things. But yeah, I do paid ads, mainly Meta, to get things going, and then obviously bring in other channels later on. But in the beginning, it's always Meta. That's yeah. Photo ads are underrated. You know, that's a general thing that I always say. Photo ads, people underestimate them. People want to just do videos. You know, like videos aren't always that good. Trying to get going and wondering how I should start marketing without too much budget. So one thing I would say, bro, like you mentioned, you have Etsy stores. Like if you don't have too much budget, focus on Etsy stores. If you have a budget of like $3,000, $2,000 or more, then Shopify will be a good point. But if you have $2,000 budget, be prepared to burn $2,000 testing to try and figure things out. Because Shopify dropshipping is not a cheap one. But it's not a cheap one in any way, shape or form. So bear that in mind. Okay? So it's the first thing I will say. Negatives of Etsy dropshipping. So there is obviously negatives. I would say the main one is scale, right? So with Shopify, like Shopify dropshipping is not anything like kind of Etsy dropshipping, but it's kind of a good way to compare it because most people kind of understand the basics of what Shopify dropshipping is, right? But in terms of like Shopify dropshipping, you can build a brand that can go to fucking tens of millions, hundreds of millions, whatever, right? The likelihood of doing that is literally like minuscule, but still you get the point, you know? You're building something kind of more long-term some of the time. You know, you have that option to build something longer term. 99% of products that people sell don't have any potential to go long term, just the truth. 99.9% don't have the potential to go long term. With Etsy, it's like 99.99%. You are building a brand, you're selling a fucking product that day and you're making the fucking money that day. You're not gonna get any returning customers. You know, it's just the truth. You're just not gonna get any. So that's a big negative. Like, you can't really build a brand on Etsy, but also I don't think most beginners should build a brand or even attempt to, but that's a big negative, right? But I would say, yeah, I'd say that's one, you know, like scale. Like the top Etsy store's done like $100 million in revenue. So like, you're not gonna probably do more than $100 million in revenue. That's a negative. I think it's very easy to build a store, which is kind of a negative to some regard. It's not really a negative, but it's like, it is a negative, you know, like Etsy's very easy to do. So it kind of makes you think you've got a golden touch when it comes to other things. And a lot of people then burn money trying to do something else because they think they're just fucking amazing at life. But truthfully, Etsy dropshipping is just super fucking easy. So I'd say that's one side of things, you know. Etsy dropshipping is very easy, so then it makes you think, okay, I'm just gonna go do anything, and it's gonna be super fucking easy. It's not the truth. Yeah, I think that's kind of the main things. What do you do to your stores in Chinese New Year? Normally I just extend my shipping times, bro. Just push them a week, 2 weeks, you're fine. I would not turn off your stores though, but yeah, just push them a couple weeks. How was it living in Dubai? Do you prefer the UK over it? Bro, I prefer the UK so much compared to Dubai, so much. The energy here is so much better than Dubai, personally. Like Dubai is a very weird place. I think some people like it. I am yet to meet someone that really kind of lives there longer term and actually really likes it. But I think it's a very fake place, and like it's not really a place to like live a life, I don't think. But no, some people like it. Most people go there for a little bit, don't really like it that much, then fucking leave. But yeah, I personally prefer the UK a lot. But also I grew up in the UK, I'm British, you know, my family's British. I've lived here basically my entire life, apart from living in Dubai, and I've traveled to a lot of places. But something that I personally always feel like is a big important thing is where you feel you have the best energy. You know, some people feel like they have the best energy when they're traveling. Some people feel like they have the best energy in loads of different places, you know, maybe fucking America, like maybe South America, you know, like maybe over in Asia. Me personally, weather is also a very important thing. You know, I am British and I'm white as fuck. Like, I don't know if you can tell, you know, I'm white as shit. So like me personally, the heat in Dubai, it was too much. Like genuinely, it's too much. And a lot of people moan like, oh, UK's really rainy and UK's really cold. Like, I'm not gonna lie, ain't that fucking cold, ain't that fucking rainy. People just love to complain about it for some weird fucking thing. So I think you can literally live your best life in any fucking country in the entire world. It could be Dubai, it could be the UK, it could be fucking Antarctica, but you have to find something that works for you, you know? And one thing I will say is Dubai is 100% overhyped. You know, I think Dubai is a great place for some people, but it's massively overhyped. You know, I did enjoy it though, don't get me wrong, because it's an experience, it's different, but I'm never going back. 99.9% never going back. I'll definitely never live there, 100%. Never live in the Middle East, like never, but probably never going back. I just don't see the attraction of it, to be honest. But yeah, but you gotta find what works for you. You know, some people, one thing I will say is a lot of people that have never lived in a foreign country, let's say you live in the UK right now or live wherever, you're always like, fuck this place, I want to go somewhere else. And that's what I said. I was like, fuck the UK, I want to go live somewhere else. And you always think the grass is greener somewhere else. And most of the time, it's fucking not. It's just the truth about it, you know? It's just not greener somewhere else. And you think it's greener, but it's fucking not. So, yeah. A lot of people, even on my Dubai video, because that got like, it got like a couple thousand views and it got a lot of comments. And some people were like, I completely understand what you're talking about, and they understood what the fuck I was saying. And some people just were stupid as shit. And they're like, oh, I would rather, someone commented the other day, let me see. Someone commented like, I would rather live in Siberia than in Manchester. It's like, bro, like, what the fuck does that even mean? But yeah, whatever. Did you move over solo at the start? Yeah, I moved over to Dubai like solo at the start, but it's very easy to make friends. I mean, I make friends quite easily, but yeah, like, yeah. But I've also lived in loads of different places, not for that long of a period, but I initially went over to Dubai for like a month, and then I decided to stay there. But I've been to like Colombia and stuff for like a month, like a bunch of different places for like a month, you know, Bali, Thailand. Like I lived in Thailand for like a month and I was like, fuck, this place too hot, and left. But yeah, did you travel much before that? Yeah, bro. Like I've traveled quite a lot. I've been very fortunate, even when I was like 18 and not really earning that much money. But like I traveled with work, with the job that I had at the time, to a bunch of different places all around Europe, and yeah. Yeah, I get you. Just to see so many people in tech move out there now. Yeah, well, I mean, for 9 to 5s and stuff, it's a good place to like go there, earn money because you get paid more out there. And if you live below your means, you can live out there, you can earn a lot of money, pay 0 taxes, and then just come back. I don't think the people that move out there today, they'll come back to their native countries in like 2 years, 3 years, like genuinely. Maybe 5 years, but like, I don't think, it's not a place you build a family, to be honest. And also, one thing I will say, I don't know if I necessarily should say this, but everyone's like, Dubai has no crime. It's like the craziest fucking statement in the entire world. Like, bro, like, I don't know, man. I don't know how fucking delusional people necessarily are, or like it's literally fake comments, but like, everyone's like, Dubai has no crime, but any place that has a high percentage of high net worth individuals or people that earn a lot of money, there's going to be a lot of fucking criminals there. You know, like, it's the most delusional thing ever there's no crime. You know, like, okay, there probably isn't that much car theft because like, how the fuck are you going to get the car out of the country a lot of the time? But like, bro, dumbest shit in the entire world, but whatever. Will you do Etsy all of your life, or are you planning on other things to do? Bro, like, yeah, I won't do anything for the rest of my life. Like, it's just not possible, bro. Like, it's just not, like, what do you mean? Like, you won't do anything for the rest of your life. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, bro. Like, definitely not, though. Why would I? You know, it's like, will I be running any of my brands in 20 years' time? Like, probably not. Like, but you have no idea what the future holds, you know? I know this isn't a question related to Etsy, but because you seem well knowledgeable in proxies, would you say embracing proxies is essential to being successful in e-commerce, especially with meta ads? Why is everyone so scared about proxies? I don't know, like, what the fuck is, why is everyone so fucking worried about proxies, bro? Like, I don't know why, like, people hear proxies and they think it's really scary, but it's super fucking simple. So I would say that if you're a total beginner, like, meta ads wise, proxies is not essential. Like, you don't have to do it if you've got one fucking store. If you're trying to scale and you're building up multiple stores and you want to be as safe as possible and build the most stable business possible, then 100% it's very, 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 very important, yes. I've lost a lot of money because I didn't understand proxies right in the beginning, you know, and then I grew an understanding of how to do it properly and create a bulletproof structure for meta ads when I was doing dropshipping. So if you're a beginner, you don't really need to worry about it on meta ads, but yeah, that's kind of my answer. Does that make sense? Could you share any info you have about using proxies for Facebook ads and why that sort of setup is important? So with Facebook ads, you can get banned. Just like you can get banned with Etsy, Facebook is the exact same thing, right? So if you're running dropshipping ads and let's say your dropshipping isn't that great, you know, like you aren't selling the best products, or even if you are selling great products, sometimes there's always problems. You know? I would say an important thing to think about is like when you are doing that, you need to have a bulletproof structure. Exactly the same with Etsy. Let's say you have 5 different dropshipping stores that you're scaling with Shopify, each one of those 5 stores needs to be insulated from each other. You know, they need to be all separate and insulated. Just the same way you do Etsy. You know, if you have 5 stores, you want them to all be insulated from each other. So it's a very important thing to have those proxies and the ads power set up, but also the correct profile setup and stuff. There's a lot of depth to it when you're looking to scale. Etsy, you need to do it much earlier, whereas Facebook, you can do it a lot longer. How much tax are you paying in the UK overall? Bro, a fucking ridiculous amount. A lot of money. But I will say, even if you live in Dubai, you can't avoid all tax. Like, it's not possible. Like, the large majority of tax that I pay, the far majority of tax that I pay in the UK is VAT, so it's sales tax. When I lived in Dubai, I was still paying that in the UK. When I live in the UK, I'm still paying that. You know, if I fucking move to Antarctica, I'm still fucking paying that because that's a tax that you can't avoid. You know, you can't legally avoid it anyways, let me say that. So, yeah. The funny thing is like Dubai is good for like low taxes, right? But for me personally, I can't really avoid that much taxes. Like I just have to pay it. Like it's just not. Would you say Dubai is low crime compared to other places? I would say Dubai has a lot less random crime than other places. You know, in Dubai, no one's gonna steal your phone. Like if you're walking around on the street, like walking around with your phone out, like no one's gonna steal your phone. Like it's just not really gonna happen, very unlikely. But then also you could say it's very unlikely in most places in the entire world. Like really? Like unless you're in a big city, very unlikely someone's gonna grab your phone like they do in kind of central London. So I'd say it's just very unlikely. Crime in general is just very unlikely. But in terms of like Dubai, I would say the level of like higher level crime, there's a lot. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna go back. So like, I can say what I want, but it's like, that's also a thing, you know, bro? Like, I don't know, man, like in the UK, you can say whatever you want within reason, obviously, right? Like there's some stuff where you can't do hate crimes and things like that, but you can say whatever you want. In places like in the Middle East and in lots of countries around the world, not really in the Western world, which I'm very thankful for, is like, you can pretty much say what you want in the Western world, but in Dubai you can't. You know, that's one thing, which is kind of crime related, but not really. But like, there's a lot of stuff, bro, like just think about it, man. Like in any place where there's loads of crypto millionaires, where there's loads of people, there's loads of crypto millionaires, there's loads of people with lots of fucking money. Do you not think there's gonna be loads of robbery? Like, bro, like what the fuck? Like it's kind of silly, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like if you, let's say you rob someone in the UK for like 10 million, you're gonna get fucking 20 years in prison. Like, you beat someone up and you take them hostage or something like this, you're gonna get fucking tens and tens of years in prison. You're gonna get the same prison sentence in Dubai, you know? And like, not gonna lie, Dubai doesn't really go out of its country to catch people. So you can go to Dubai, do a crime, dip. Like what, they're gonna come catch you? I don't know, man. Think about it like that. Like, whereas if you did a crime in the UK, like the UK government's gonna fucking find you if you're in like any Western country, really. So it's like, I don't know, bro. I think it's just drastically underreported publicly is the main thing that I'll say. You know, I think it's drastically underreported. Have you always been solo with Etsy? How did you meet business partners or friends in the space? So yeah, in terms of like really starting stores, most of the time I was kind of solo, but obviously, like I have partnerships and stuff with some Etsy stores, and like there's like deals and stuff, but most of the time solo. I kind of prefer it for the most part, especially with something like Etsy. But like there's obviously like kind of some partnerships where you give up an equity to have some sort of benefit, or I take an equity to then have some benefits for me. Like, yeah. But really solo, I would class myself as solo on Etsy, and solo with pretty much everything. That I really give a fuck about. So everything that I like really work on is solo. Nice, I'm considering going solo somewhere since friends aren't really interested in this stuff. Bro, do it, man. Go traveling, like fuck it, bro. It's always good, you know, like I think it always broadens your mind and it's always interesting to do it. Yeah, I would say it's a great thing to do. I don't, like normally there isn't negatives to traveling, you know, it's always good. Especially like, you can do traveling super fucking cheap as well. Like you can do super cheap traveling. Like when I was like 17, I went on a trip like across Europe to a couple different places, bro, it was super cheap. It was like, I don't know, 80 euros a day, 100 euros a day. And it was like cheap as fuck, had loads of fun. And it was like, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks or something like this. And it was sick, you know? How much money do I need to make to get a girlfriend? Not that much soon with fucking AI and fucking VR, mate. And AR. Why did I leave Dubai, bro? Loads of reasons. But I prefer the UK personally. I have family in the UK, and I like seeing my family. So even when I was in Dubai, really I was traveling to the UK every like 6 weeks anyways. So I just like the UK a lot. I feel better here. I feel more energized here. I feel more focused here. Dubai weather was annoying. Dubai is also fucking tiny. There's no countryside. Loads of reasons. If I start one niche and I don't see results, can I use the same niche? If I start one niche and I don't see results, can I use the same account to rebrand and go into a different niche? How do I rebrand my username? You can just change your name on your store, like, it's fine. But yeah, bro, like, I mean, you can just change your niche, like, it's fine, like, it's not a big deal, basically. Is there any problem putting the AliExpress tracking number on Etsy with the local delivery company? It's not the best thing to do, but local delivery company is better, yeah. So, like, it's kind of okay. What payment process do you have in your Shopify stores? I have PayPal, and I have Shopify Payments, and I have Klarna, and sometimes ClearPay. But yeah, I just have the normal ones, bro. I'm not sussed on, so I don't need special fucking payment processors. Craig, is Etsy ever going back to 3-day pay holds for new stores? Probably fucking not. Because why the fuck would they? Just stop being a pussy. They literally have no purpose to. The only reason why they would do that is if they were really struggling for new sellers, but then it's just going to invite a bunch of no-ship dropshippers, and they don't really like no-ship dropshippers. Is doing digital products on Etsy worth it? No! Well, thanks. So maybe start with meta picture ads on a few products that have done well on Etsy. Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes. But don't spend loads of money on it. I would maybe spend $20 on a product, $30 on a product. If it doesn't work, doesn't get good metrics, good like soft metrics like CPM, cost per click, I would just bun it off from that point. This like Shopify strategy is like so difficult to talk about because it's like this, you know, like Shopify's like this. And Etsy's like this, you know, like the knowledge like needed for Etsy to make a load of money is like this. Whereas Shopify's like this, you know what I'm trying to say? That's not the best explanation, but like it's fucking not that easy to just like answer quick questions about Shopify. So yeah.